This is Will Shoestrick, three-time United States disc golf champion. I'm here to tell you about my 5 favorite discs that are in my bag. I'm going to start out with my main putter, the 350G PA3. I've used this disc ever since it came out a few years ago. I love the roundness on the edge, and I really like the bead. I use the PA3 for throwing and as my main putter. I use it in the wind, any types of different conditions that are outside. I highly recommend it, especially if people like a really flat putter on top. It's got a good amount of glide, and it's also pretty quick out of the hand. It's great for throwing, great for putting, up shots. It's in a variety of different plastics, and I highly suggest to check it out. The next disc, that's one of my favorites in the bag, is the H1. I really love overstable type plastic, and I think the H1 is the most overstable disc that we make. This orange one that I have in my bag I got from Joey Lutz. It's extremely flat. It doesn't really have a whole lot of glide, which is the reason why I like it. I can really torque on it with a lot of anhyzer out of my hand, and it doesn't matter the amount of wind. This disc is going to go left no matter what. And for sidearm to score, it's great for flex shots, for quick left to rights. It honestly doesn't skip a whole lot because this disc is so overstable. It hits more on a spike hyzer type angle compared to skipping too much. But the H1, great for headwinds, great for sidearms, great for spike hyzers. So if you like overstable plastic, try out this 750 H1. The next disc is a M2. I love the 750 plastic whenever it's warm outside, and since we're at the Memorial this week, 750 M2 has been my go-to for slight hyzer releases out of my hand to going straight and then fading left at the very end. It's slightly windy out today, so I'm going to be throwing this M2 a lot, especially just with a little bit of wind. It's great for that consistent mid-range type shot, anywhere between 350 to 400 feet. Highly suggest the M2 as a main mid-range in your bag. One of the newer discs I've had in my bag that's actually becoming my favorite is the 350G A2. I've had this disc in my bag now for a couple months. As you can tell, it's very well worn in. The stability has been taken away just a little bit from a normal A2 to where now I can throw it with a slight hyzer and it'll go straight just a little bit. As you can tell, it's pretty low profile, so it makes it really quick out of my hand. It's great whenever I'm looking for something to stay on a hyzer the entire way or just really slow flex shots. The A2 is a great approach disc. 350 plastic makes it to where it can beat up to where it'll hold a line a little bit longer, and I really love to throw discs really hard and flat, and this 350 A2 has really became one of my go-to discs within the last couple months. And my favorite in my bag, of course, is going to be my distance disc. This is a 400G D2, and it's got a 750 PA4 stamp on it. It's got a really nice swirl around the disc as well, a little pink-red mix. It's always cool to look down and have one of the most beautiful looking discs in your hands and know that you're about to throw it over 500 feet. The D2 I think is a great overall consistent distance driver for sidearm or backhand. I highly suggest it to anybody just because it has a consistent fade at the end. The D1 being more overstable, the D3 being a little bit straighter, more to a hyzer flip type disc for me. The D2 I can release just with a slight ante or even with a slight hyzer, and just has a consistent fade any way that I like to release it. So with a consistent finish, the D2 becomes my favorite and go-to distance driver, and I suggest anybody to try it out. That's my favorite 5 out of my BP2. Thanks for watching.